What is up, YouTube? This is Donovan, the smartphone guy, coming back at you with another video. And tonight I'm going to do something a little different, something I haven't done yet. You've seen this other people doing these. This is going to be a comparison of the Samsung Galaxy S7 and the LG G5. So here's the LG G5 and you're watching this from my Samsung Galaxy S7. So I'm going to do a quick comparison of the two, and really what I'm going to focus on is the 5 reasons why I think the LG G5 is better, or what LG did better with the G5 than Samsung did with the S7. So just a few things that I think, in my opinion, are better about the G5. So first of all, this is the selling point that G5 has been going for. This little button right here allows you to go ahead and pop out the battery, if I can push it. Kind of hard to see. All right, there we go. All right, so that allows that to slip out, and then you can go ahead and put in LG's friends as they've been advertising. So that is number one, the modularity. Awesome. You can remove the battery, which is actually number 5 for the 5th reason. But the removable battery, along with the fact that you can put in those quote-unquote friends for LG and for the G5, is kind of cool. So that's number one. Number one is modularity. Number 2 is the cameras on the back of the phone. So the cameras on the back of the phone, which you may or may not know, there are 2 of them. One of them is an 8 megapixel wide angle camera, and the other one is a 16 megapixel camera. So I'm going to go ahead and show an example real quick of that. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Google Photos here, and this here, whoops, didn't mean to do that, is a picture taken from the wide angle camera. So there's the wide angle camera. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like from the regular camera. So this is the 16 megapixel camera, a little bit different coloring to it, kind of weird. And that's the camera, the wide angle camera, the 8 megapixel camera. So you can see from the exact same position how much more that captures with that wide angle camera. So kind of a cool feature. I like it a lot. That wide angle camera is kind of a neat thing. Number 3, the 3rd reason why I think you should buy the G5, or the 3rd feature about the G5 that's better than the S7, is the fingerprint sensor. Now, of course, the S7 does have a fingerprint sensor, but personally, I don't like the positioning. I like the positioning on the back. I got used to it when I had the Nexus 6P. I also had a 5X at one point, but I like the positioning of this fingerprint sensor on the back of the G5. Also, in addition to that, this fingerprint sensor has got to be the fastest fingerprint sensor I have ever used. I mean, it literally takes like nothing. You barely even tap the thing, and it is jumping instantly to your home screen. Now, that could be a negative. For some of you, you want to be able to see your notifications, and so, you know, the fact that it jumps so fast to your home screen, you can't even really get to your home screen if you're using the fingerprint sensor. So for those of you that is an issue, you can use the double tap to wake, and then you get to your notification. So that's, you know, I just barely just touched my the fingerprint sensor there, and it jumped right to it. So anyways, that is my 3rd reason to buy the G5 over the Samsung Galaxy S7. Number 4, personally, for me, the size of this screen, the 5.3 inch, and the size of this phone is kind of the most comfortable phone size that I like. So, you know, I went from the phone that I had before the G5 was the Nexus 6P, and before that I had a Note 5. So those are both larger phones. The 6P for me got a little bit too big. My hands aren't huge, kind of like Donald Trump, right? I got small hands. No, but anyways, just kidding. That's a joke. It's funny. All right, so moving on. So, the 6P was just a little bit too big for me to hold in my hand, and then I jumped down to the S7. Well, actually, I went to the G5 and then to the S7, and going from, you know, the Nexus 6P to the G5 down to the S7. The S7 for me, just in the hand, feels small. The screen's a little too small for me. Not that the 5.1 inch screen's that much smaller than this 5.3 inch screen, but I can feel the difference in my hand. And in typing, you know, whenever I'm trying to type with the S7, it's just a little bit small for me. So this kind of just hits the sweet spot. Now the G4 with a 5.5 inch screen also is kind of a sweet spot for me, but I don't know, I kind of like this is kind of like right there, perfect size for the screen for me. Now I will also say that that's also a negative. The screen on this one, when you compare it to the S7, I mean, there's just no comparison. The S7 screen is the best screen out there. But in terms of the size of the screen, the G5 is right where it's at. It's perfect for me. And then, as I already mentioned before, my fifth reason why the G5 is better than the S7 is because of the fact that you can remove the battery. We've already talked about that, but that is number 5. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing the opposite. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I think you should buy the Samsung Galaxy S7 over the G5. And so hopefully this is helpful for you. I know that I like to watch reviews to find out which phones people like better. You know, I've had a chance to use both of them for, you know, a couple weeks at least. And, you know, in terms of my preference right now, I'm kind of leaning towards the G5. So I went and picked up another G5. It's a tough call. They're both great phones. There's really nothing to hate about either of them. So tomorrow night, check out my video. Please subscribe to my channel. I do weekly giveaways. This week we're giving away some stuff for the S7. So thank you. Hit that like button, and I'll see you tomorrow night for why the S7 is better than the G5. Thanks again.